Good morning. This is Killinglyhightv. I'm David Dwati.
And I'm Viren Patel. In this episode, we will take a look at events going on around the school, sports outside of school, and some current events. Welcome to this week's episode of KTV.
High-ranking Nike executive Ann Hebert has resigned after a report reveals that her teenage son used her corporate credit card to fund her sneaker resale business. Hebert's son, Joe Hebert, speaks on a time when he gathered more than 15 people to swarm a website selling Yeezy Boost 350 Zions. He said he bought $132,000 worth of Yeezys on a credit card and resold them for a $20,000 profit. Back in 2018, Ann Hebert had disclosed relevant information about her son's company. However, Nike found no conflicts of interest. Joe Hebert claimed he had no inside information when operating his business. He shared information about upcoming online releases to paying subscribers on a group chat. With this recent discovery, we hope it comes with some change to the sneaker reselling business.
With the NFL season coming to an end, many sports fanatics are now watching the NBA and MLB. The NBA season had begun with a short turnaround from last year's season on December 22nd, 2020. The first half of the season came to an end on March 4th as they now head into All-Star Weekend at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia on March 7th. The three-point contest and skills challenge would start at 6:30 on TNT, followed by the All-Star game at 8 p.m. with a dunk contest at halftime. Regular season games will resume March 11th as teams look to make that playoff push. As for the MLB, spring training had started on February 22nd, with spring training games starting less than a week later on February 28th. Preseason games will go to the end of March as opening day for this season is set for April 1st. The return of sports after almost a full year since quarantine would not have been possible without the COVID vaccine. Earlier this week, the U.S. began its distribution of the third COVID-19 vaccine from Johnson & Johnson. Morgan shares more details.
The COVID vaccine in Connecticut is currently available to healthcare personnel, medical first responders, long-term care facility residents and staff, and residents and workers within the state of Connecticut who are 65 or older. On March 1st, the vaccine became available to new groups of Connecticut residents. This includes educators and residents ages 55 to 64. We talked more about the vaccine process for Killingly educators and staff with the Killingly High School nurse, Jennifer Adams.
Vaccines will be distributed district-wide next week, and they will be for all staff that are in Killingly school buildings.
There are currently 3 types of vaccinations. Killingly staff is receiving the Moderna vaccine, which requires 2 doses.
Side effects of the vaccine may include soreness at the injection site, headache, fatigue, nausea.
With teachers being eligible for the COVID vaccine brings the opportunity for Killingly Public Schools to return to full in-person learning.
I feel the students should return to school for successful academics. I do believe that there may be some challenges, but I feel that we will be able to navigate through them.
COVID-19 has had a huge impact on people's lives, especially healthcare professionals.
COVID has affected me in many ways. Not being able to see loved ones or friends, just being anxious and worrying a lot about COVID-19. But I can tell you that benefits have been just having quality family time.
Nurse Adams encourages everyone to get the vaccination.
Not only does the vaccine protect you, but it protects others and it prevents from spreading COVID-19.
Stopping the spread of COVID-19 requires using all the tools we have available. As experts learn more about how COVID-19 vaccinations may help reduce spread of the disease in communities, we continue to hope for a return of normalcy.
Thanks, Morgan. We are all looking forward to coming back to school full-time while also keeping everyone as safe as possible.
With the recent rise in popularity in the stock market, students have taken a liking to day trading and becoming interested in the inner workings of the stock market. Olivia Pigeon has more on the story.
Students have found interest in the stock industry. From buying to selling and trading, stocks have caught the attention of the younger generation. We've talked to students about their involvement in stocks and what started the interest. We've asked a student how he got involved in the stock industry.
I started trading like a month and a half, 2 months ago, and what got me interested was I'm a delivery driver, so I get a lot of extra cash. And I was actually gonna buy a PS5 or a pair of Yeezys, and my parents were like, "No, you should invest that money instead, because you'll make Like, you'll double your money instead of just wasting your money.
But how will the older generation feel about teens getting in their way of trading stocks? We talked to Mr. Harrington, a teacher at Killingly High School. He has been involved in stocks for a while as a great pastime and a way to earn money.
Think of the stock market as like a savings account that will just grow over time. The S&P 500 just rises incrementally over time at a certain percentage. Stocks pay you dividends. Stocks pay you earnings per share payouts. These are all ways to generate trickle-in income that you will have for a lifetime.
Overall, teens getting into stocks at a young age can give them a chance to earn a great amount of money. From KTV, I'm Olivia Pigeon reporting.
Hopefully the students that are investing make the right choice and become successful in their trades.
This past Sunday, Cooper visited a 7-on-7 flag football tournament hosted by KHS alumni Michael Elsey.
This past weekend, current and former KHS football players competed in a 7-on-7 flag football tournament. The tournament was hosted by KHS alumni Michael Elsey at Wide World of Indoor Sports in North Kingstown, Rhode Island.
Really nothing else to do in town, so the football is like the only way we all can have fun and stay together. Like, I know there's like basketball tournaments we could do, but football, it's like harder to maintain and harder to do. So the fact that I can get this many people out here to play football is like pretty good, and I'm gonna keep it going as much as I can. Yeah, just to get everyone together to have fun, bro. With the virus going on, like, there's not a lot of things we can do. And I know with the virus going on, it's hard to do events like these, but as long as they're running right, mask requirement, hand sanitizer, like social distancing, like, we should be able to run it and keep them going. Yes, this tournament is open to anyone. If you're a certain age, I can probably get you in a lower bracket. If you're a higher age, I can get you in a higher bracket, but it's open to anyone. Just text me. My Instagram is moneyleague8. Just give me a DM and I'll let you know the details.
It was very competitive. We didn't have a full team because some stuff happened and we had to pick people up last second. But we'll be back like 2 weeks. Win it all. We'll be back. Just trying to get better and just go out and play some football. I miss not having a season and it's nice to get back out there.
For KTV, I'm Cooper Morissette.
We are glad to be able to play sports outside of school even through this pandemic.
Kaylee and Nevaeh caught up with the drama department to see what they have planned for a COVID-friendly performance coming soon.
The drama department has been working very hard in preparation of their COVID-friendly cabaret. Students Lainey Dunn and Georgia Berry give us an inside look.
This year, instead of a traditional musical, we will be doing a cabaret style where everybody gets to perform a group number or small groups or do duets or solos.
With COVID safety in mind, we did get approved to have mixed rehearsals. So we have kids from cohort A and cohort B coming in to rehearse. But we are doing it in either solos or small groups. So people are still very much separated. And when we have to be singing all at once, we're in a very large room and we're switching back and forth every half hour.
Drama department took a hit with COVID because we cannot work together the same way we used to. We can't do any choreography where we're touching each other or close to each other, and we have restrictions with singing, so it's taking a lot of fancy footwork to make this work.
It was important to have a show this year just because it's important to keep as many departments alive as we can. Keeping the drama department up and going is just as important as keeping sports up and running. It's just a really great way to have students do something that they love to do. And right now we know that it's going to be an online event, but we're not sure in what way online, but there will be a way to view it.
The drama department sure has something amazing cooking up this year. For KTV, I'm Kaylee Ethier.
NASA's newest Mars rover just made its landing on the red planet. Let's hear more from Kaylee.
NASA's newest Mars rover, Perseverance, has officially made its landing on Mars, nearly 7 months after launching from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. The rover made its landing on February 18, 2021. The 2020 rover is designed to better understand the geology of Mars and to seek signs of ancient life. The mission will collect and store rocks and soil samples that will be returned to Earth in the future. The rover will stay on the red planet for 1 Mars year, or 687 Earth days. It will characterize the planet's climate and test new technology to benefit future robotic and human exploration of the red planet. For KTV, I'm Kaylee Hopkins.
After this break, we will hear about Tesla and their new subscription service.
Visit NFHSnetwork.com to subscribe to Killingly High School for $10.99 a month or $69.99 a year. All sports in the gym and new turf field are streamed on this network. You can download the app on the App Store, Google Play Store, watch on Apple TV and Roku TV. You can enjoy watching Killingly High School sports from the comfort of your own home. Elon Musk, CEO of popular electric car company Tesla, has made some strong promises on Twitter this past week. In one tweet reply, he says that full self-driving subscriptions will be launching in Q2 of this year for anyone that didn't purchase it with their car. He followed that up by saying buying full self-driving will still be a better long-term deal than the subscription. In another tweet reply, he responds to a Tesla owner's question on whether the full self-driving beta program will be extended to include more testers. He responded, yes, the beta will be offered much more widely when version 9 is done, hopefully next month. With Tesla being an up-and-coming brand, there's much to look forward to in its future. Hopefully this is just the start to electric cars filling city streets.
Now it's over to Jacob with some news on sports within the school.
Thanks, Varun. The coronavirus pandemic is still an ongoing health situation all across the country, with many states throwing restrictions on sports due to the deadly virus. Julia interviewed some winter sports athletes to find out their thoughts on playing with the ECC COVID restrictions.
For winter sports this year, it has been proven to be a challenge with all the restrictions. We asked some student athletes and coaches their thoughts on the season.
So for basketball, we have to wear our mask when we play, and our bench are spread out 6 feet apart. One team is on the opposite side of one another. And throughout the game, we get mask breaks each quarter.
Masks during practices and games makes it more difficult for the players to play to their full potential.
It's been kind of tough. We only have 10 games this season, so we never know when it's going to end. And we're hoping that we could get through the season, but with all the uncertainties, we got to play every game like it's our last.
Due to COVID, seniors have missed out on what was supposed to be their best season yet.
Well, obviously it's been a much different season than normal. We only played 10 games instead of 20, playing masks. The rosters are smaller. Normally you can carry 15 guys in every team. This year we can only carry 12, so we have less guys in practice every day. Those are the big differences, and obviously it sounds like not a lot because you just, when you list them it doesn't sound like a lot, but in your day-to-day of practice and everything, it does make a big difference.
In order to continue playing, coaches must make sure that everything, including basketballs, is wiped down after they are touched.
Change for me personally is not having spectators because I like having the community support, but other than that, we have each other.
Good luck to all the student athletes.
Thanks, Julia. The girls' basketball team has got off to a hot start this season. Here's Abby with some insight on the team's early success.
The girls' basketball team had a great ending to their previous season. Juniors Emma Carpenter and Michaela Doobie talk about their thoughts on how winning the ECC game impacts their current season.
It definitely gives us a lot more confidence this year, especially winning last year. We are still a young team. We only lost one senior last year. We have one senior this year. So we're still definitely a strong team, and that's definitely going to help for the season.
It definitely puts a target on our back with all the other teams that we're playing, but I think it definitely encourages us to try and keep that title.
With their current record, Emma is very optimistic about how the rest of the season will go.
After tonight, we're going to be 5-0, and I'm feeling very confident about this season. We are definitely going to be a challenge for a lot of teams, and like Michaela said, they're definitely coming for us, and we just got to be ready for them.
Michaela is very excited about the new and improved team for the season.
Definitely the incoming freshmen, they've really stepped it up, and they're all really good athletes, and they work hard all the time.
The girls believe the team has some things to work on, but so far they are doing great and plan to keep it that way.
I think not letting ourselves get in our own heads, definitely communication's key.
Definitely communication and talking to each other on the court. Like, we just need to communicate more on where we're going and like more passes and who's coming behind our backs.
We wish the girls basketball team a safe and successful season. For KTV, I'm Abby Norgren.
Thanks, Abby. That's all for sports this week. Now let's head over to Isaiah for the weather report.
Thanks, Jacob. Let's start by taking a look at the current conditions in Kinley. Today, right about now, it's about 23 degrees out with a light breeze of 12-mile-per-hour wind coming out from the northwest. You can expect partly cloudy skies for most of the day today with a high of only 32 degrees. Looking ahead at your weekend forecast, Saturday consists of mostly sunny skies with a high of 34. For Sunday, it's a bit more sunny and a higher temps of 35. To start the work week, on a Monday, we can see the temps start to really climb up about 45 and above. High temps of 55 and mostly sunny on Tuesday. The overnight lows will still be dropping into the high teens to low 20s overnight. So you will still have to bundle up if you're going out overnight. That's your KTV forecast. Now back to David and Baron.
That's all we have for this week's episode.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.